Alright, so I'm sad to say, but I missed Nintendo Indie World, so I'm gonna watch it now. This is my live reaction to it, and hopefully it's gonna be good. Christ, it's like 50 minutes long. Alright, well, I'm gonna skip. It's currently live, but I missed the beginning, so skip into the... Oh, where is it? God's sake. Here it is. No. Yeah, there it is, I got it. Yada yada yada. There we go. This is gonna be good.
Hello, and welcome to Indie World. I'm Amber.
And I'm Paul. We're back to show you some indie games coming to the
Alright, I just want to see the games.
system.
Let's dive right in.
Oh, that was a good game, the messenger. Alright, this looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to watch the trailer and skip over the dialogue that the presenters have because that's not boring, and I'm going to give my own thoughts on it. Because, you know, that seems like a good idea. Ooh, Sea of Stars.
Fans of classic RPGs with modernized elements.
Alright, so Sabotage Studio, they make great games. Like, and I mean they make great games. Like, their games are some of my favourite RPGs in that. And Sea of Stars, it looks a lot like the 16-bit era of Final Fantasies, which is good. That's already good. I love those style of Final Fantasy games, 16-bit. It also, just look at it. Look at the lighting here, smoke, the enemy design, the regular character design. It's just, it looks beautiful. I also love like the overlay with all the trees and that. That looks really good. Looks lovely. Look at those little barnacle things, I think. I don't know. Little glowing mushroom things. It all looks good. It all looks really good.
Elements will want to check out Sea of Stars. It tells the story of two children of the solstice, a lunar monk and a solar blade dancer. They must combine the powers of the sun and the moon to perform eclipse magic, the only thing that can fend off monsters created by an evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer.
Fluid and engaging turn-based combat.
Alright, I will say, the Fleshmancer, I'm English, I don't pronounce things right, but that does seem a little bit of a dumb name. Like, the Fleshmancer. Ooh, he's gonna get ya. Like, I don't know, called like the evil blob or something. I don't know, the Fleshmancer just sounds extremely, like, cliche. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be a great game, but... The Fleshmancer? The hell? Alright, anyway.
Stunning dynamic lighting. A world where you can traverse
I said something about the lighting being good.
freely and explore every nook and cranny. And that's just scratching the surface. Not to mention the incredibly moving story with plenty of twists and turns.
Oh, I love stories.
It's also set in the same universe as The Messenger and serves as a prequel. But don't worry, you don't need to have played The Messenger to fully enjoy this gorgeous game.
And get this, some of the music was composed by none other than the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, who composed music for Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
That's why it sounds good.
Sea of Stars launches on Nintendo Switch Holiday 2022.
Oh, what's this? This looks pretty good. It looks a little like Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, that definitely looks like Breath of the Wild. It looks like Breath of the Wild plus the Genshin Impact. that meant to be the running speed? That's slow. So she grabs it and lets go. So it can clearly fly on its own. So where did she grab it? Probably moaning around the wrong things, but you know. Anyway, let's continue.
Hi， 我是 Nate， 我们是 Underscore Team， 很高兴有机会带来这款游戏。Aliyah，
希望借由 Asia 与Lucia 的冒险旅程，可以让我们重新体验到人生当中会面临到许多痛苦。
Operating devices that can help you go deeper inside the temple.
Options available on Nintendo Switch.
Here we go.
Each sister is controlled differently, and you can control both via solo or local co-op play.
Oh, that's
with
nice.
Asia, you'll use motion controls with Joy-Con controllers in TV mode. And with Lisha, you'll use touch controls to guide the helper robot Ambu in handheld mode.
However you choose to play, you'll need the sisters to work together by exchanging clues and operating devices that can help you go deeper inside the temple. But be careful,
I'm still not a big fan of motion
with
controls,
all sorts
you know?
of menacing
I've got
monsters
a
and
Wii U.
treacherous traps,
Played Skyward
some
Sword.
of which can trigger
Skyward
different
Sword was a good game.
endings.
It was just motion
The
controls.
heartfelt, overlapping music when playing with a friend, coupled with the emotional story, will complement your journey to uncover the secrets residing within.
Alicia, the Oblivion of Twin Goddesses, launches as a console exclusive on Nintendo Switch, Spring 2022.
Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Joe. We're two brothers who started our own indie studio in order to make a classic point-and-click adventure game.
Good for you. Point-and-clicks are boring.
Fine dining and murder. Well then, put your hand to catch my killer. There's my trusty lawyer, a would-be detective, and Her Majesty's Secret Service. There's just one problem. They're the suspects. With puzzles to solve, palms to grease, and clues to uncover. They'd better prove their innocence fast, or it's the end of the line in an adventure that's not just nuts. It's Locomotive!
Did she just kick him in the balls? She just kicked him in the balls. You don't do that.
I do love me a good murder mystery.
Then you'll love Locomotive, a single-player point-and-click comedy adventure. Climb aboard the Royce Express and investigate the suspicious death of Lady Unterwald.
You'll play as a straight-laced lawyer, an amateur detective, and an undercover agent at different points in the story. Along the way, you'll meet a fully voiced cast of quirky characters and solve head-scratching puzzles to prove your innocence. Figure out who done it and what locomotive inspired them to murder in the first place.
That was an awful
Locomotive steamrolls onto Nintendo Switch summer 2022.
Those puns are awful. Yeah, it's a point and click.
How
good really is a point
wake up!
Gonna be?
It's almost 1 p.m., you sleepyhead. Your friends are waiting for you.
Oh, is it a rhythm game with a story? That's actually pretty fresh. Oh no? Platformer, maybe? What is this? What's the premise of this game? I'm curious.
I miss you, dude.
Rhythm game with platform
But you
elements?
need to live your life.
That looks alright. Not my kind, but...
On behalf of the Pixel team from Indonesia, it's a model achievement of the market.
From love, of what comes after, and Coffee Talk comes a stirring narrative about love, loss, and lyricism. Set in Jakarta, Indonesia, After Love EP focuses on young musician Rama, who struggles to compose music after his girlfriend Cinta passes away. By communicating with Cinta's voice inside his head, Rama will learn how to cope with grief, forge new relationships, and even potentially love.
The art style looks pretty good.
A mixtape of visual novel, rhythm game, and narrative adventure, After Love EP challenges you to complete an EP of music to fulfill a promise made to Cinta.
might play it,
multiple endings based on the choices you make, as well as an original soundtrack from Indonesian band Alfalfa, and striking art direction from Soyatu.
It's always good.
Start anew in Afterlove EP, launching on Nintendo Switch summer 2022.
And again, that one looks alright. Like, it's probably not... Like, I love all those style of games, but the story's not my kind of story that I'm into, but I might give it a go. Ooh. that bit with the frying pan. Oh, that reminds me a lot of the scene in Howl's Moving Castle where, oh, what's her name, Susie, she gets the frying pan, shoves it onto Calcifer. Like, Calcifer's like a fire demon type thing. He's a living fire. But yeah, he refuses to make, like, bacon and eggs for their breakfast, so she just shoves it in his mouth. I don't know why that reminds me of that, but I'm going off on a bit of a rant now, but that's funny. I just love the face as well. So, from my limited knowledge of Japanese mythology and that, I believe that's a dead person, because they've got the little... They got the red eyes, the grey face, and the little sticker thing on their forehead. So I believe that is a dead person. Because, like, there was an anime that I was watching the other day, there was a dead person. Like, quite a lot of, you know, like, ghost story animes that I watched, they got, like, grey skin, the little sticker thing on their forehead, and they're dead. So you could be playing as a dead person. There's a banana. I guess he did say he wanted to be Dungeon Munchers. Oh yeah, he's definitely dead. You can definitely tell he's dead now. Right, my Japanese mythology was correct. This looks like a good game, you know? Good protagonist. A little bit on the dead side, but, you know. Good combat system by the looks of it. Love a bit of a jumpy hack-and-slash platformer thing.
I'm hungry. I've got the munchies. Dungeon munchies, that is.
Then this 2D side-scrolling action platformer should definitely satisfy your craving. You are dead. Well, you were dead, and now you've been revived in a mysterious underground facility. But forget hanging around here. You've got to get out.
With the help of the undead necro-chef Simmer, you'll hunt down monsters, then cook and eat them. There are around 100 dishes that provide various abilities. One dish, for example, might give you the power to serve up new combos.
So you are what you eat.
Literally, this game is a great place to get locally sourced and farm-fresh monsters. So mix and match to get the right meal for your playstyle. And let's not forget the eclectic cast of characters, hilarious side-splitting story, and charming 2D pixel art. Better bring a voracious appetite when Dungeon Munchies devours its way onto the Nintendo Switch system later today.
Hej med jer. Jeg hedder Niels. Jeg er spilinstruktør og lyddesigner hos Spil Fiktiv Lyd.
They couldn't have picked any more stock music for this, could they?
We're already on to the next segment?
Yep. This isn't a figment of your imagination.
Oh, very funny. In this musical puzzle adventure game, you'll make your way through a rhythmic world set in the human mind. Unfortunately, nightmares are spreading chaos everywhere. It's up to you to put an end to their fearsome schemes. Play solo or locally with a friend as you wield your trusty sword in engaging combat. Manipulate environments to solve compelling puzzles, and have symphonic showdowns against some musically menacing bosses.
That sounds like trouble.
It just looks a little bit too slow-paced for me.
Figment 2, Creed Valley, begins its symphony on Nintendo Switch, February 2022. A free demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, and I'm someone that's played the original.
Check. Investing? Check. Drawing?
Board game?
Check. Surviving on the moon? Check that too. A slew of board games from developer Oink Games are coming to Nintendo Switch.
Oink Games.
Go on thrilling and risky treasure hunts in deep sea adventure.
Why not just
become the biggest investor in startups. Catch the sketchy rogue and don't get caught in. A fake artist goes to New York and recover supplies with your fellow astronauts to survive in Moon Adventure. The games are designed to be easy to understand. They also capture and recreate the feel of their original tabletop versions.
You can play all the games, locally and online, so you can play with friends near and far. Get together and play on one system, or create a room with friends. More games will also be added in the future.
Start a game night with Let's Play Oink Games, launching as a timed console exclusive on Nintendo Switch later today.
I hate virtual board games. Apart from Mario Party.
Hi, I'm Javier, CEO and for
Here we go. Oh, this looks interesting. I love games that use the start style. Oh, what's that game where you're playing as a Kyo or something? Oh, I can't remember the name.
As the last mother fox in Endling Extinction is Forever, you'll need to keep your 3 cubs alive and lead them to safety in a world ravaged by humanity.
In this game blending stealth, survival, and adventure, you'll make your way through devastating environments to reach the one place on Earth where humans can't hurt you. Along the way, you'll hunt other animals to feed your cubs, as well as teach them new skills to make them less vulnerable to predators. I really hope they make it.
I do too. But in the end, how many of your cubs survive the perilous journey is up to you.
Endling Extinction is Forever launches on Nintendo Switch spring 2022.
Hang on. No, go back. THQ was involved in this. THQ. The guys that made Drawing Adventure, or whatever it was called, for the Wii. You know, where instead of drawing with the Wiimote, you plug the Wiimote into a box which has a pen built in it. Those people, the ones that went bankrupt and got bought out by Nordic Games. The hell is THQ doing on this game?
Launch.
Oh, it's a company owned by THQ Nordic. Alright, that makes sense. There's no way THQ would make something like this.
Is on Nintendo Switch spring 2022.
Here's more info about the skateboarding action platformer Aliyah World from our friends.
Across the Aliyah World is Radlandia, a nation forged by the skate gods. Join your crew, travel across our beautiful land, wall ride among the trees, forge new paths through the desert.
If you're gonna make a skateboarding game, make it like Tony Hawk's or Skate 3, alright? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 and 3 on the PS2, some of my favourite skateboarding games, along with Skate 3 as well. And Skate Bird, that one was alright.
Or cross moving platforms in picturesque Sketchside. You'll see some weird stuff along the way. But don't worry, that's just part of your journey
just like
to
a regular
Nirvana.
Platforming game.
There you'll compete with champions, challenging each other's skills to win rewards, and create new routes to share with your friends.
I've never liked
so come shred by the sea, chase a bee, meet a tree, get on down to Radlandia, and achieve Nirvana.
That one just looks awful.
Bonus items. Oh, nice.
I don't care
February
about
8th.
items. Let's get to the next game.
Ricky.
So let me get to the next game.
Online co-op.
Oh, hang on. These are the people that made Shantae. Shantae? I can't. I don't care, but Shantae is a really good game. This might be
really hard to get this game for River City.
Oh, it's like a Streets of Rage type deal. Alright, that was right. I mean, Streets of Rage was an okay game. I mean, I could enjoy it.
River City Girls 2!
That does look pretty good. I mean, I haven't played the first one, so I'll probably
More
have to do
baddies
that,
to take down? Let's go!
Right there with ya. Way Forward is back with the sequel to the acclaimed beat-em-up, River City Girls. There's trouble brewing once again in River City, with higher stakes, meaner streets, and even more over-the-top humor. Take control of one of 6 characters, including returning powerhouses Kyoko and Misako. Each character has their own fighting style and upgradable movesets, which you'll need as you set off on a new quest, picking up where the first game left off.
And when we say new, we mean it. New moves, enemies, areas, items, and a new soundtrack by the first game's composer, Megan McDuffie. Not to mention branching paths, as well as a return of a familiar foe. Get the fists flying solo, or team up with a friend, locally or online. What do you say, Paul? Ready to give some goons the old 1-2?
Oh, heck yeah!
River City Girls 2 punches its way onto Nintendo Switch Summer 2022.
While your presenters are good, and I know you're going
We've got several more indie games coming to Nintendo Switch. From painting the world to a management sim with dinosaurs.
Yeah,
enjoy!
Oh yeah! You could just make it like, this game looks pretty good. It's got this, it's got this, it's got that. Hang on, that's dope stuff. Parksaurus, right? If I'm gonna play any park game, I'm gonna play Zoo Tycoon 2 for Windows XP, alright? Call me crazy, but that's one of the best park building tycoons. Don't Starve, a brilliant game. No? Chicory, Locomotive. Bad. I got some trash, right? Babies. Oh, that looks awful. I hate games like that. Ooh, Prime. Looks like a Metroidvania type thing. Like a Metroidvania cross Oddworld thing. That looks pretty good. Gerda. That's a German name, most common in World War II. This one looks pretty interesting. Point and click, lovely. 8 point and clicks. I just find them so boring.
That's all for today's Indie World.
Oh, is it?
Or not. We've got one more game. Check it out.
How could you? You fooled me. You fooled me, terrible presenter. Mori? Amari? Oh, however you pronounce it. Amari? I think that's it. Yes! Oh, it has to be. Yes, yes it is! Oh, is it Amari 2? Yes! Oh, this looks good. This looks really good. I love the first game. If this is a second one, that will just make my day. Oh. Oh, is it just a port?
The critically acclaimed RPG Omori.
It's just a port. I thought it was going to be the sequel. God's sake. You get me hyped, and then it's just a port. It's just a port of Omori for the Nintendo Switch.
Mori is making its way onto Nintendo Switch.
Travel back and forth between two strange and vibrant worlds, each one brimming with colorful friends and foes to uncover a forgotten past. You'll experience an unconventional story and turn-based battle system, supplemented by warm illustrations by renowned artist Omocat, who also produced, wrote, directed, and coded much of the game. Omori does lean into some heavy topics, so be prepared. It's quite the journey.
Omori launches on Nintendo Switch spring 2022.
And that's all for today's Indie World. We hope you enjoyed the lineup of games in today's showcase.
As always, we'd like to thank everyone in the indie community working on games for Nintendo Switch. And thank you for watching.
Don't forget to follow our official Twitter account to stay up to date on all the latest news from Indie World.
Do not follow their Twitter.
Until next time,
they suck.
Happy gaming!
Well, all those games look good. Good on you, Nintendo. You're releasing some pretty good games, and how long are they going to stream this for if it's just... It's still live. Oh, now if... Alright. Ooh, actually, while I'm here... You gotta see this. This looks really good. It looks like Sonic cross Breath of the Wild. Like, you're gonna finally get a good 3D rolling Sonic. Like, good, non-linear, 3D world, and it's Sonic. What is there to go wrong? All the issues with 6, but hey, hopefully they'll fix that. It looks good. This looks really, really good. Yeah, so... Yeah, so anyway. I'm gonna leave it here for this video. This looks so good. By the way, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed me reacting to Nintendo Indie World and Sonic Frontiers, but see ya.